The body cam footage starts with a scream. It's 2:17 a.m. on a rain-slicked street in South Atlanta. Red and blue lights strobing across puddles. A young black man, hands already raised, backs away from a white police officer whose fists are clenched like he's been waiting his whole career for this moment. "Get on the ground. Now!" the officer bellows, voice cracking with something darker than procedure. The man, 26-year-old Marcus Hayes, keeps repeating, "I didn't do anything, sir. I'm just walking home." Before the next breath leaves his mouth, the officer lunges, drives a vicious right hook into Marcus's jaw, then another to the ribs when he staggers. Marcus drops hard, cheek kissing the wet asphalt. The officer plants a knee between his shoulder blades and snarls, "You people never learn. If you're new here and you feel that rage rising in your chest already, hit that subscribe button right now, because this story is about to flip everything you think you know." Marcus is bleeding from the mouth, but he doesn't fight back. He just keeps saying, "Calm as a prayer, you got the wrong one tonight, officer." The cop laughs, cuffs him way too tight, yanks him toward the cruiser. Backup rolls up 2 more units, because one of them recognized the suspect from a vague bolo about a string of car break-ins. They're all joking, high-fiving, while Marcus's lip swells purple. They toss him in the back of the car like a duffel bag and slam the door. The arresting officer, nameplate reads T. Rawls, leans against the hood, lighting a cigarette, telling his buddies, "One less thug on the street tonight." The rain keeps pouring, washing Marcus's blood into the gutter. At the precinct, things move slow. They sit Marcus in a holding room, still cuffed, still bleeding. Sergeant Rawls struts in with a smirk, ready to write the report his way. Resisting arrest, assault on an officer, the usual playbook. He tosses a legal pad on the table and says, "Start talking, boy." Marcus lifts his head, eyes cold now, and says, "I'd like to make my phone call." Rawls laughs. "You'll talk when I tell you to talk." Marcus smiles for the first time all night, blood on his teeth, and says, "No, Officer Rawls. You're going to stand there and listen, because in about 4 minutes this whole room is going to feel real small for you." The door opens exactly 4 minutes later. Everyone in the bullpen goes dead silent. Heels click across the tile like gunshots. A black woman in a crisp Class A uniform steps in. Bars on her collar, gold badge gleaming, 4 stars on each shoulder. The room freezes. Even the vending machine seems to stop humming. She is tall, composure carved from granite, and the nameplate over her heart reads Chief Hayes, Marcus's mother, the same woman who raised him alone after his father, also a cop, was killed in the line of duty when Marcus was 9. The same woman who became Atlanta's first black female police chief 18 months ago. Chief Hayes doesn't raise her voice. She simply says, "Uncuff my son." Sergeant Rawls turns the color of old paper. His hand shakes so badly he can't get the key in the lock. Another officer has to do it. The second the cuffs click open, Chief Hayes steps between her bleeding son and the man who put him on the ground. She looks Rawls dead in the eye and asks, "Officer Rawls, do you know who I am?" He stammers, "Yes, Chief." She nods once. "Good. Then you know I expect my officers to uphold the law, not impersonate the people we swore to protect the public from." The room is so quiet you can hear Marcus's blood drip onto the floor. She turns to the watch commander. "I want every body cam, every dash cam, every frame of surveillance from the moment my son left his apartment tonight. And I want this officer suspended without pay, effective immediately." Rawls tries to speak. "Chief, he matched the description." She cuts him off with a look that could crack concrete. "He matched the description of a black man. Walking in his own neighborhood. That's not probable cause. That's prejudice with a badge." Then, quieter, almost tender, she kneels, yes, kneels, right there in front of everyone, and presses a handkerchief to Marcus's split lip. The same knee that Rawls used to pin her son to the street is now the knee she uses to lift him up. Cameras in the precinct catch it all. By sunrise, the clip is everywhere. Rawls is escorted out in handcuffs of his own, suspended facing felony assault charges, his career over before roll call. Chief Hayes holds press conference that afternoon, Marcus standing beside her in a fresh shirt, stitches on his cheek. She doesn't shout, she just says, "This department will not tolerate hate wearing our uniform. Not tonight. Not ever." Then she looks straight into the lens and adds, "And to every mother who has to teach her son how to come home alive, your fear is valid, but tonight your faith in justice got a receipt." The video ends with Marcus hugging his mother on the precinct steps while news choppers circle overhead, the city lights of Atlanta glittering behind them like a testament that sometimes the system bends, even if it doesn't always break. Sometimes the person wearing the target becomes the one holding the gavel. And sometimes, just sometimes, a knee on the ground isn't oppression, it's reverence. That was the night Atlanta almost burned with rage, and instead burned with something closer to hope. If that moved you, drop a like, share this with someone who needs to see it, and let me know down in the comments, from which part of the country are you watching this video right now? North, south, east, west, or somewhere across the water? I read every single one. I'll see you in the next one. Stay angry, but stay hopeful.